you all? Today I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about some of my favorite games in the last few years. One of the reasons why this vlog is titled Last Few Years rather than recently is because I actually stick to some of my favorite games for a really long time. If I get into a new game, I will play it from at least 6 months to a year or a year and a half before I move on to another game, and I grind it non-stop trying to get to the highest levels, unlock all the achievements, get all the loot, get all the trophies and points for it. I wanted to talk about some of the games that I play on a regular basis or games that I played a lot while I was commuting to work or when I was bored during the pandemic, and just really fun games that had a big impact on me in the last little while of my life. These games will range from mobile games all the way to PC games. So I don't have a particular platform that I always stick to. I will play the game as long as I think it's really cute or I think it's really entertaining and there's something really attractive about it. The first game I wanted to talk about is called Animal Restaurant. As you can tell by the logo, it's super adorable, super cute. This is the opening screen and you can already see the animals are really adorable, and as the name suggests, you run a restaurant with animals. You don't actually play a character in the game, but you are watching from an overhead standpoint on your phone, and you can control the things that happen in the restaurant. You can decorate the restaurant however you want, you can farm different currencies, you can attract different customers and animals to your place, you can do takeout orders and then earn reviews from animals as well. Since I started playing the game, they've developed a lot more systems for earning rewards. You can earn extra rewards while watching ads. One of the reasons I love this game is because when I started working, I was just too busy to do anything that required a lot of time on my downtime after work. And Animal Restaurant is one of those idle games, idle as in IDLE. If you leave it on its own, it will farm currency for you in your restaurant and you can collect it after a while. So you can grind this game on a daily basis. There's a max amount you can grind before you have to start watching ads. But if you just play casually, it's actually a really fun game to slowly build up your restaurant. The restaurant sets are themed in a really cozy cottagecore kind of aesthetic, and they also have holiday themed furniture sets. The second game I want to talk about is also about animals, and this one is a really famous one called Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch. I really fell in love with Animal Crossing during the pandemic, and I played it for about 2 or 3 years after it came out, until all the free updates and patches were done, until all the hype had died down. And I love this game so much. I was a sort of Nintendo kid. My dad had Nintendo consoles at home while I was growing up. I had the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance SP, but surprisingly I never played Animal Crossing. And since this was my first Animal Crossing experience, I really loved it so much. The interior design aspect is really fun. You can decorate your island, create it however you want. The animals are really adorable, and there are day-to-day daily tasks that you can do. It is not as stressful as real life, even though a lot of the concepts mirror real life. Sure, there's debt on your house. You have to weed your garden. You have to stomp out cockroaches in your house as well. Maybe that one is not as relatable if your house in real life is not run down. But I really enjoyed the aspect in Animal Crossing, and I really hope that Nintendo makes an Animal Crossing game again in a couple of years. Because Animal Crossing was also on the Switch, I was able to take it around with me. My Switch is packed away in a box right now, but I have the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is in the turquoise color, and I also have the really cute Animal Crossing case for it, and I just love everything that's Animal Crossing themed. When I went to Japan and we went to the Nintendo store, the Nintendo Center, I was super hyped to get my hands on all sorts of Animal Crossing goods. So play Animal Crossing if you love slice of life vibes and cozy, relaxing vibes. Hello, it's Editing Cloudy here. I found my Switch, so I wanted to show you guys. It has the Animal Crossing case here with the really pretty leaves and the green backing. I also have a Fate Stay Night Lancer chibi on it, and then also a really cute bear keychain. And then when I open it up, this is my Switch. I have the cute paws here. I also have 2 really cute amiibo cards. Since I lived in Korea a long time, my amiibo cards are actually in Korean. And I just have these in here because these were the last ones that I were playing with. Oh my god, this angle is like so awkward. I didn't see my chin. I also have like my cute Nilou acrylic charm, and I also have the Kirby Star game, also the Korean version, in my Switch case. Okay, my next game is going back to a mobile game. It's called Line Chef. It's from the Line Friends franchise with the really cute bear. I'm obsessed with this bear. I have a lot of these bears, and I'm gonna show you guys that in a plushie vlog later, but basically I think the Line Friends bear is really cute and really charming, and that's what ended up leading me to play this game. This game is a cooking game. You also run a restaurant that's run by cute animals. I guess you're a bear that runs the restaurant. Customers come to the restaurant, you can build pancakes, assemble hamburgers, or meal kits, and then you just end up serving them to them. Obviously there's like lots of different combinations. It's kind of like Overcooked, where there's a certain order that the customer submits and you have to follow the order in order to get all the correct points. And what I liked about this game was it was really fast paced, but also it was really stressful because as you get to higher levels, the combinations get more complicated and the timer gets a lot shorter. So if I played this game before bedtime, I just would not be able to relax before bed. But other than that, this game was like really addictive for a short amount of time, and I would say I played this game for about 6 months. The last two games I wanted to talk about are a lot more hardcore than the previous games. The first one is Genshin Impact. I started playing Genshin Impact because my cousin was really into it, and my cousin and I share a lot of similar hobbies. We're both really into anime, K-pop stuff, and now gaming. So I tried to play it because I wanted to be closer to her and have more things to talk about with her, and I ended up really getting hooked into the game. It has pretty anime characters, it has beautiful landscapes, really intriguing lore and storytelling, even though I skip a lot of cutscenes, and it also has really attractive music and wonderfully Chinese-inspired folklore. And I just love how beautiful everything in Genshin looks. The downside of Genshin is that everything is gacha, so you have to roll for characters, you have to pay to win a lot of characters that you want. And if you don't pay to win, you have to spend a lot of time grinding for the currency that you need to pull the characters. And also you need a lot of time spent on grinding artifacts to build those characters to be strong enough to play endgame content and keep challenging more of the content and patch updates that Hoyoverse releases. For me personally, I felt like a lot of the puzzles and riddles were a little bit stressful. I'm not a puzzle solving type and I don't really excel at those games, so that part of Genshin was actually stressing me out. But a lot of the events like Lantern Ray and a lot of the games or mini events that come out during the year, those are the things that make me want to go back and play more Genshin. And then the last game that I want to talk about is one that I'm playing really recently, which is a really old game, and I feel like a super nerd for saying this out loud, but recently I've been really obsessed with World of Warcraft. Like, it's a very unhealthy obsession. And how I got into World of Warcraft is I was trying to get my partner into Genshin Impact, which was the main game I was playing at the time, and he tried to get me into his lifelong favorite game, which is World of Warcraft, and I ended up being thrown into this whirlwind of World of Warcraft lore and endgame content, mechanics, dungeons, world exploration, so I'm really hooked into that right now. I feel like the reason why WoW has been able to attract so many people over the years is because they really understand what their players are looking for and what their players kind of need. They're also really supportive with all the add-ons that help players clear higher level endgame content, and they're also really great with implementing systems that make the quality of life a lot easier for players. Another aspect that makes the game really easy to play is that questing is really straightforward. I think they really understand that a lot of players just want to get the questing and storyline done and over with in a really quick way without getting sidetracked with a lot of obstacles, and WoW gives you a very straightforward way to quest. That was the easiest thing that first caught my eye when I started playing the game. Harder aspects of the game include exploration, because there are so many expansions and so many continents now, and also physically learning the mechanics to play higher mythic keys or participate in raids. I like playing dungeons a lot because it gives you a weekly motivation to level up your character and also level up your skills when it comes to the game mechanics. However, it is also really stressful because oftentimes in the MMORPG games, you're playing with strangers that you don't really know. There are a lot of rude people that will yell at you for no reason when you're literally just playing a game, and also the game can get pretty stressful because there are a lot of dungeon mechanics to follow. Even for me and my partner, we almost never argue about real life stuff. We argue a lot about WoW. It's not even that serious at the end of the day, but when you play games a lot, emotions run really high. Anyways, those were my 5 recent game loves. If you are like me, you like fantasy games, you like cutesy games, I think some of the recommendations in this vlog will be for you. If you guys know other games that are similar to idle games or slice of life games like the animal games that I introduced, or if you have other fantasy game recommendations that you think I might like, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I don't play a lot of shooter games because I literally can't aim to save my life. I have a friend who tried to teach me Valorant, and Valorant was like so stressful for the 1 hour that I tried to play it. But if you guys like the same genre that I do, I'm really excited to hear what comments you guys might have for me. And if you guys like this video, I hope you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!